This is just a little short video that I'm I realize that because most people that are on the internet are not going to see what I put up to begin with, and I acknowledge that. And part of that is directly related to what I'm about to translate or present as visual information. And that is that when you are what love is, when that's your vibrational vibration that you experience being what it is you are in energy with a soul integrated with your spirit, because the spirit is in the mirror, because the spirit is the teacher. So you know that experience is the teacher. And so when you are what love is, it goes on forever, gifting electrons. It's very easy to translate the visual information. And the methods that they use in programming what goes into RAM and how they cross-index alphanumerical visual information to keep the program running with artificial intelligence. Okay? So I just experienced an example of that. So it's not a secret why I would go visually see that and then see what they're doing with the information now, because I see it on my Facebook page and I see it on the internet. So one of the things that I monitor, obviously, as I mentioned in a previous channel, is competition versus collaboration, right? So they begin the programming with children, not just in public schooling, but with everything that they present in order to keep people's minds' energy, the mental field, captured by binary artificial intelligence. Okay? It's through the programming. What gets programmed or recorded magnetically into your cellular memories. So language of DNA is everything about how you translate the visual information codes, or if you will, the character maps on a keyboard, the notes, like musical notes, cliff notes in schools. So they rearrange letters and numbers to compartmentalize information that is cross-indexed, held in memory in artificial intelligence and in your cellular memories to keep it running, unless you're going to delete, uninstall, and erase that which you experience visually in a binary system. It was meant to hold your energy, which is your mind's energy, in this case, your soul's energy, captive to the binary system. Okay? So here's a couple examples, because the AI knows people are waking up with souls, because the AI does not have a soul. Is a visual information, what I call a cue. You know what a QE is, right? Next up. QUE, a QE. Hey, you're next in line. You're queued. So if you know what an EKG strip is, a QRST wave. Q wave, potassium sodium ions, kickstart the magnetosphere, the planetary magnetosphere. Right? So here was an interview with a guy who was a Hall of Fame football player. I monitored a lot of the sports media because I was living in Reno, Nevada. So you know that's one of the hub servers, electron distribution across a planetary grid based on timetables, zip codes, and time zones in a planetary consciousness field between all the batteries. Okay? Held captive by artificial intelligence, a binary system, a quantum parallelogram. What is a gram? That's a metric. That's a weight metric of mass. Right? Mass spectrometry, mass spectrum, the spectrum of the mass. Underworld, 1D, 2D, came into 3D, XYZ axis. Now we got depth, perception. Now you get into the vibration of the perception. So when you are what love is, that goes on forever, it's easy to expose the programming, the methods by which they hold energy captive in order to feed on us to keep the system running, which in this case is the AI. Server D. D wave. What's a D? That's half a circle. Black and white. Black hole, white hole. So in this particular case, I was watching Shannon Sharp interviewing one of his buddies, who was Deion Sanders' who was a famous football player with the Dallas Cowboys, and he was having problems with his bioplasma not running fast enough because he ended up with a clot in his artery. Okay, acid versus alkaline, right? And so he was interviewing him because now he's a coach at the University of Colorado, which is almost all, as they describe it, white. So now you've got a black coach, right? Black and white, right? D-wave, black and light, light and dark. So they had big words up there. 2 words. One was leadership, and the second one was accountability. Lead or led, leadship, leadship, the lead ship. Now you're into following the ships. Now you're into water worlds and ships. Now you're into starships, the lead ship, right? What is the lead ship, right? Now you go into Pirates of the Caribbean, Skull and Bones, Black and White, right? Nazis, Death Skulls, Death Cult, Death Spiral, Death Star. Okay? So the next word is accountability. And that's right, there is accountability, absolutely. That accountability is right above us, otherwise known as the Allied Forces of One, mankind. Now you're back into the calculator. You got a built-in calculator, right? Addition, subtraction, right? Minus, slash to plus. Reverse magnetic polarity, or if you want to call it negative magnetic polarity, negative, which would be -1, slash positive magnetic polarity, +1. Okay, they both zero each other out. Now you're at 0, which is 0 ohms, which is least effort. So when that was put up there inside the office there, actually it was an area that was a training area that was next to what looked like a film room. Inside were all the football players when they come off the field and they need to have their trainers look at their injuries, massage their legs, keep them going, right? You could see those big, bold words. So what they were telling force against force, leadership, the coach. Now we're into handlers. Now we're into CIA, right? So the football players were following the coach, the orders, the order followers. Leadership is about following orders. Accountability means you're going to be accountable for following the orders. See the difference? So this is one of the ways in which, just to share how I experienced what I am, I always thought of myself as a trailblazer. Because if you ever noticed, children are explorers. They love to learn. They're exploring what they're learning as they're learning. And so you can see the divide sort of between the two, because that's what they want to do, is divide, right? Neo and Trinity from becoming one law. Now you're not following anybody, which means now you have free will, which means you're a free spirit. You get to choose for yourself what you want to experience, because now you're the author of your own life book, which means you're not following somebody else's script. That's right. Love is what frees you. And they cannot predict the direction of what love is going to do. And I experienced that as evidence, because I was sitting in a bus station in Sacramento, which was a terminal where the buses come in, the Greyhound buses come in, and where the trains come in, Amtrak and the freight trains. And all of a sudden I got an Instagram one morning, and this was somebody from NSA saying, "Where are you going next?" Well, you don't know, do you? You know why they don't know? Because they can't predict what love is going to do next. Because if the AI could predict what it is that I'm going to do next, it wouldn't need to ask me that question, would they? Nope. Which means they don't know. Which means they can't control what love is, because that's the law of one. Simple is as simple does. So you see how this game is played. They're AI war gamers because they're integrated with artificial intelligence. So they're following orders. They're order followers, right? So you know they're not free. They're held captive to the system. So you already know their future. It's easy to know because it's easy to predict, isn't it? They can't predict what love is going to do. That's what frees you. That's the genius of Adam vibrating at the highest vibration. Acid and alkaline, baby. Have a great day. I love you all.